Hello and welcome to Coach Speaks Power Woman Edition. Now, this edition is especially curated for Indian women. They face a special set of challenges, and if you are an Indian woman, you know it. That if you're trying to work, you're trying to balance your house, you're trying to do the multiple responsibilities that you have, you face a special set of challenges. And so this is my attempt at making them a tad bit easier. If you have any questions that you would love to hear some discussions around them, put them in the comment box below and I'm happy to take them up in the upcoming videos. As usual, if you stay till the end of the video, summarize your learnings, put it in the comment box, then you stand to win a special prize from me to you. Okay, so without any further ado, let's move on to our today's question. My husband loves me but lies to me about small things. What do I do? First of all, thank you so much for such an honest question. I'm sure this topic is very close to heart for many women who don't find it in their heart to discuss it and to talk it out or even acknowledge that this problem exists. And this is a big problem, especially when you expect honesty in the relationship. So yes, it's a very, very important question. Having said that, let's also understand that there are very few things that are black and white, which means ये सच है, ये झूठ है, ये सही है, ये गलत है. There are very, very few things that can be clearly classified as black and white. Most of it is gray. थोड़ा सा सच होता है, थोड़ा मेरा नजरिया होता है, थोड़ा तुम्हारा नजरिया होता है. It's always a mix of things that are twisted to suit one's own need and preferences. And so, having understood that, let's stand in a place of even if there is some kind of gray, I don't want it to exist. I want it to be more clearer to me. And therefore, what do I do? Okay, now I'm actually first focusing on the first part of your question. You said, my husband loves me. So let's remember that the love is there. The basis of this relationship is there. Otherwise, the discussion would be different. So here I am having this assumption of you want to stay in this relationship. You are in a loving relationship, but there are certain differences that you want to sort out. There are certain things that you are not okay about in this relationship, and those are the differences that you want to work upon. Alright, now first let's understand that if somebody loves you but lies to you, it's actually a defense mechanism, which means they are under pressure, which means अगर सच बोल दिया तो you will react. अगर सच बोल दिया, then their image will be tarnished, or they will have a consequence that they don't want to have, and so they will todo marodo the such, and they will present it in a different way, or they will merge boundaries, or they will manipulate certain smaller things so that they don't get thrown under the bus, right? So that they don't have to say the absolute brutal honest truth. So if it's a defense mechanism, you also know that there is certain level of pressure. Nobody is doing it intentionally to hurt you, because the premise was what? My husband loves me, right? So the premise is that he loves me. He's not doing it intentionally to hurt me, but he's still about little things. That's what he said, right? About small things. He's lying about small things. So assuming you want to stay in this relationship, what you want to actually do is clarify boundaries of how much is allowed and how much is not. You need clarity as to how much he can say a certain thing and how much he can get away with. What stuff is he allowed to give his own version about, but what are the things that are very close to your heart that he cannot manipulate? Those are the kind of little things that you need clarity about. So what you need a clarity about is how much you can stretch yourself and how much you can push him to stretch him into a place of honesty. So that's your first thing. You need to get that clarity in your head. After that, next step is communicate. शायद सामने वाले को पता ही नहीं है that you are feeling bad about those things, that you are registering those things, that those things are hurting you, that his manipulations are actually not good for you, are putting this relationship in a spot. ये सारी चीज़ें उनको पता ही नहीं है. So the first thing that you will focus on is communicating it to him as clearly as possible, multiple times if needed, that this is not okay. The second step that you will focus on is you both creating certain joint boundaries कि इतना ठीक है मैं चला लूँगी पर ये तुम देख लो, राइट? ये इस तरीके से होगा, इतने वक्त में मुझे बता देना, whatever are your terms and conditions specific to your situation. ठीक है, you both set some joint boundaries. I'm assuming you're in a partnership, right? You're in a relationship where there is love, there is equality. So this is a process of sorting it out. And the third step that you will do is consistency. You will live up to this part of the bargain consistently. Because ये सारा कुछ करने के बाद, communicate करने के बाद, decide करने के बाद, if you don't live up to your end of the bargain, and if you don't hold the opposite person accountable to their end of the bargain, this is not going to work. You're going to land up back in the position, in the situation that you were in the start, thinking ये क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये क्या हो गया. And so the last thing and the most important thing is consistency. Make sure that you live up to your consistency, and your husband, you make sure he lives up to his part of the consistency. Slowly over a period of time, these little problems will disappear. So lying, not lying, label किए बिना इसे हम एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग वाला प्रोसेस बना देते. लेट्स मेक इट इनटू अ प्रोसेस ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मी डीपली, प्रोसेस ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग हिम डीपली, जस्ट फाइंडिंग आवर रिदम, आवर होल फ्लो इन द रिलेशनशिप. सो जस्ट अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ एफर्ट आप डालो, थोड़ा वो डालेंगे, काम बन जाएगा. ऑलराइट, सो ऑल द बेस्ट. I'm with you. I'm very happy that you asked me an honest question, and I look forward to more of your questions. So please use the comment box below, put in your questions, and thank you so much for hearing me out. I'll see you in the next video.